And I welcome back. It's time for GML. Call it Giverson Maina Live. And today my guests are from Zimbabwe and of course Ghana. Far away from this country, but they've been here for 3 years pursuing their doctorate studies. And they have finished. And today they're qualified. In fact, more than qualified. And we're discussing issues issues pertaining education in their countries as compared to Kenya. How is it and how is it not? Dr. Sarah, let's move on. The rains have chased us away, still raining. And this is Kenya. This is Kenya. Blessing. These are blessings, okay? Now, Dr. Sarah, we were saying, how is the system, like in Ghana? Our students from secondary, there's a cutoff always. There's a cutoff. Yeah. Are they, are those students, if they manage to qualify as far as the cutoff is concerned, are they sponsored by the government?
Okay. The kind of system we have, it wasn't practiced some time back, but then I think that for some time, Ghana realized that, look, after the secondary school, students who are able, to go into the university are not all admitted into the university due to certain reasons. Yes, examination comes with a lot of challenges. It is not because the student is not intelligent, but it's because sometimes it may be due to some unforeseen circumstances. And so the students may not be able to make the mark, which is the cutoff point for the university, especially with the public universities. And I am speaking for University of Ghana because that's where I am coming from. That's where I lecture. Yeah. So, for example, with the University of Ghana, let's assume for 2017, academic year, the cutoff point is, let's say, aggregate 12. And so those who are able to make the aggregate 12 are admitted, and usually it is government subsidized, not sponsored. It is not fully sponsored by the government, but it is subsidized by the government. And so students don't pay the full fees that are required, of them too. And then there are this category who did not make the cutoff point, which is aggregate 12, but then are given the chance, if there is, there is kuna pesa, for example. So if your parent is wealthy, and can afford to pay your fees, so there is what is called the full fee payment arrangement.
In Kenya, it's privately sponsored students.
But for us, those who make the mark are not government sponsored. They are government subsidized. They will pay parts of the fee, and the government also pays parts for those who even make the Mark 12, for example. Those who are not able to make the Mark 12 are what you refer to as the privately sponsored students. So parents pay the full fees, for those students, and so they are admitted into the universities.
But are they, is it in terms of loan? Do they come to repay the government later when they get jobs?
Yes. Let me speak for when I was a student at Legon. When I entered university in the year 2000, there was the SNIT loan, the Social Security Trust Fund. They had made provisions, loans for students. So I was a beneficiary of that student loan. And so you take the loan for, whilst you are in school, and then you repay after you have completed.
You have completed.
Yes. So I paid mine after I had completed and I was working. I paid it outright.
In Kenya, it's called HELB.
HELB.
In Ghana, it's called?
It's called the SNIT loan.
SNIT loan?
Yes,
oh, wow.
SNIT loan for students.
That's amazing. That's
and
amazing.
everybody takes it, except for a few students. I remember during my time when I was a student, I remember a colleague student didn't take because the father was like, oh,
who was rich?
This one is
we can
chicken
take this.
meat, so just don't take it. So even at that time, there were parents who could afford to pay the full fees of their students, and so, or their wards, and so didn't allow them to take the loan. But I had to take the loan.
You had to take the loan because you needed it.
I really needed that loan
It's
at
okay.
that time.
Yeah, Dr. Doc Dube, Now, how is it like in Zimbabwe? Is it different from Kenya? In terms of sponsorship, government sponsoring students in universities from secondary.
Okay, our situation may be different here and there because of the economy that went down.
Yeah.
But at some point, I'm sure it was very similar. The government used to sponsor, like I benefited from the government for the education for all policy, which was implemented in 1980.
1980, long time ago.
Which, when I started, was my primary school. And
you were in primary school in 1980?
I was actually starting.
I was not yet born.
You see. So I benefited from that, and many people benefited. Unfortunately, when I started my undergrad, the economy went a little bad. So the grant, even if it was given, it was not enough to sustain the life of a student at university.
Sure.
Yeah, so personally, I then was assisted by other well-wishers to go through my university education. Yeah, but the university also took over when I was now doing the master's.
Degree.
The fees were paid for by the university.
Full fee?
Yes.
When did you join, for your bachelor's?
Not very far, only 2001.
2001?
Yes.
Only for bachelor's?
Yes.
And then for master's?
2005.
And then you have a PhD?
True to say.
That's okay. 17 years. Okay, it's not long. It's short time.
No, it's not long. I can also tell you that even within, I also had attained a national certificate in library science. I also attained a national diploma in library science. I also attained a further education teaching certificate.
All these certificates, where are you taking them?
To become politic.
All these certificates.
I'm upgrading myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of information management and lecturing, because that's my job.
Yeah. You lecture in which university in Zimbabwe?
A university called National University of Science and Technology. Yes, and I'm teaching records management.
Records management.
Yes.
Something to do in Kenya, it's information science.
Yes. It's why I actually came here is I was looking for Professor Wamkoya.
Yeah.
Because in all those endeavors that I took, I was reading about Wamkoya and from Wamkoya. And so I thought I needed to come to see him and hear from him, or take the knowledge straight from the man.
Yeah. And you found him?
I did find him. And he was my professor, my mentor.
You pose for selfies. You guys pose for selfies in Zimbabwe? Selfies?
What is that?
You take a picture yourself.
Like you take a picture this way.
Oh, okay.
Selfie.
Okay. No, that's common language.
Probably there's a term for it.
Unfortunately, I'm not a lover of pictures, although I'm really an outgoer, but I don't love pictures. I want viewing things. I love nature. And that's why I told you I went to Mombasa, I went to Masai, but you cannot see pictures for that. I just go there, see, and come back.
But you should keep them for archives.
I actually forced him to take a picture with me today. I had to ask him to take a picture.
And he's an expert in archives. And he's not archiving his records.
I can actually take very good pictures myself.
Yeah.
Yes, but I really don't like posing for a card.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you preaching water and not taking water.
Yeah.
Okay, discussion for another day.
Not really.
Not really. Now, in Zimbabwe, those, you call them grants. Like they're not loans like in Kenya. That money comes from the government to the students who,
No,
are
there are always
universities.
two ways of funding.
Yeah.
There are grants, there are loans. These are two different things.
Yeah.
And students can benefit from both.
From both.
Yeah.
So, but which
Depending
one?
on which one they apply for. Yes.
But
which
one
ones
is
are available
basic?
at the time when they're at the university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me come in here. In terms of grants and loans, okay, in Ghana, at the University of Ghana, I'm speaking for University of Ghana because that's where I am coming from. At the University of Ghana, there are loans, okay, especially in the undergraduate levels. It's a loan, they are given to you, you finish studies and then you pay back to government or the beneficiaries who stood in for you to benefit from those loans at the time. But from the master's degree onwards, there are grants, especially when you are a lecturer, okay, or when you are working with the university, there are a lot of grants available, okay, for you to explore. Yes, and it is called the faculty development grants. These grants are there for the faculty. I mean, faculty members of the university, and so you just request for the grant. They look at your application documents, and then if you are entitled to, why not? You are just given the grant to go and study wherever you want to study. And then at the PhD level, especially the grants are mostly available to those who would want to go outside to study, because University of Ghana is encouraging faculty members to go out there and tap the knowledge outside Ghana. Yes, and so when you want to go outside Ghana, you are 99%, okay, you had that 99% chance of getting that grant than somebody who is staying in Ghana to study for a postgraduate program. So
it advantageous to people flying away, flying out.
Because we want to encourage those who are going out to go and tap into other culture. You know, education is to tap into other cultures, beliefs, and skills, acquire some skills and all that, okay? Yes, so we are like, look, you have done your undergraduate in Ghana, your masters, if you are not lucky and you still do it in Ghana, I mean, PhD, just go out, come to my university, go to wherever, tap that knowledge, bring it back to Ghana, and then help promote the development of education in Ghana. Yes.
No, Dr. Dube, no, back to you. You said almost 90% or something of Zimbabweans are literate.
Very.
How did you do it?
Like I'm saying, the government at independence was clear that they want everyone educated. And so with that policy, everyone was encouraged to go to school, including classes for parents. So everyone was going to school. And even now, what's happening also is we've introduced even ECD schools. This ECD 1, ECD 2, and then the primary school. In other words, we're saying even the smallest child should be able to come to school. And move on. And the other policy is that currently no student or pupil is supposed to be sent away from school. Even if they have not managed to clear their fees. It is assumed that the parent must work hard to clear the fees. And I think this is one of the best policies that encourage students to learn and complete their education. So in the event that the student finishes their education without clearing, the parents are encouraged to then pay off.
They pay slowly, no?
Yes.
But and how about the secondary education? Is it free in Zimbabwe?
No. Secondary education is paid for. You have to pay, but the fees are not very high.
Like how much?
Unless if you choose. No, the money will vary depending on the currency that we are using. You see, we have changed currencies time after time. So I can't say now we are paying specifically this much
but now
for the fees.
But now you're using which currency?
Affordable. Schooling is affordable at secondary school. There are other institutions that are quite high. These are private schools. Private-owned schools are quite high. But if you know what you cannot afford or what you can afford, you choose where you can fit yourself.
Okay, that's interesting. But I still don't understand how Zimbabwe managed to pull that. Like 90% of people are literate. Like in Kenya, it's different. Or is it because of population? Your population back in Zimbabwe, it's still low.
I still don't think so. The introduction of schools for parents after independence helped so much. I'm talking of schools here, sometimes carried under a tree, sometimes in normal classrooms. While his children were learning in class, parents are also outside.
They're also learning.
And then some parents chose to come in the class with their children. And this is how education was achieved. And even up to now, in Zimbabwe, you just have to be educated to get a job. Being a former British colony ourselves, to get a job, you need to be educated. So now, this encourages everyone to go to school.
How about in Ghana? Do parents still go to school, like class 1, primary school and secondary?
Okay, yes. At a point in time in Ghana, parents were encouraged to take evening classes. I mean, so after whatever their normal jobs, they would take evening classes. But it wasn't that so compulsory. It wasn't so enforced, and so yeah, parents. I mean, not most parents, okay, took advantage of that policy at that time. Yeah, so it's not unlike in Zimbabwe where he's saying that parents were outside at that time and students were in class. No, in Ghana, parents were given the free will to at least educate themselves. Yes, so we have about, I think, 80% yes percent literacy in Ghana. Yes, but in this contemporary world, most parents are trying to educate themselves in one way or the other, with still with those evening classes for parents. If you feel that, look, I need to go to school or I need to do some form of informal education, yes. So we have a lot of informal education in place, but not so compulsory.
Now let me ask you a question, away from...
Maybe just to clarify, that education system was not even compulsory to parents. No, it was their free will, but people received it enthusiastically, and I think it was to their benefit. That's why, as she is saying, up to now, you'll find that a child is doing their 4th year at university together with their parents.
Hey, that's amazing. In Kenya, it's happening, but it's quite strange. Now, how about the issue of jobs, the issue of employment? Like in Kenya, many people are graduates, but to find like official jobs, good jobs, it's hard. It's hard in Kenya.
My dear, the problem is everywhere. We have a lot of unemployed graduates in Ghana. They are also crying about jobs. And we the youth would always want to fall on government for a kind of a job or the other. But the education has been that, look, once university education is not to give you a job in your hand. It's to train you so that you are able to think on your feet. That's how university education is. And so that's why we are telling them that, look, we are not asking you to go to school so that we give you the jobs. After university education, there are a lot of things that you can do that you could not do after secondary education. Yes, and so use the knowledge that you have acquired from university. Okay, yes, use that knowledge to do something for yourself. Yes, there are these professionals like teachers, doctors, and all that who even for that it is difficult. Okay, for all teachers to be employed, for all doctors to be employed, for all what are some of the professions, nurses and all that, engineers, to be employed. Yes, but there are some of the jobs that are capital intensive, but those that are not capital intensive, look, why not take advantage of the situation? When you are living in a particular community and you find that there are 1 or 2 things that you can take advantage of, I mean, why not? Government cannot do everything for you at the same time, looking at the population. Okay, yes. But government would want to help you, okay, to acquire a particular skill. That is why government will say that, look, we are giving you free education. Go to school. When you come back, do something for yourself. I remember one time I was watching television in Ghana, and then there was this guy who was using coconut shell, the shell of a coconut. Coconut?
Yeah, I know.
Yes. So he was using the coconut shell, okay, to create a lot of things like a gift box, like the jewelry box for ladies, okay, and then like the money box, those money moment box where if you have a coin, unawe kuweka akiba for some. Yes, and then he was creating those things out of the coconut shell. And I was like, wow. You see, he did not go to learn coconut shelling in the university.
Creativity.
Yes, but yes, he was able to acquire that knowledge. And that one is not capital intensive. He gathered some boys to collect coconuts from the refuse dump for him. And then he will just clean them. And then make all those shells for himself to sell.
And make
money. Yes, so that's why I'm saying that, look, it is not that nobody would come and give you a job in your hand. Yes, but then in your own small way, in your community, wherever you are coming from, take advantage of what is patronizable. Okay, something that it can be, that people will buy in your community. You know it. Take advantage of it, and then, hit the ground running. Yeah.
That's amazing. Dr. Dube, how is it in your country? Employment rate.
She has given us the best answer that we can get in this world.
Yeah.
You are not educated so that we give you again a job in your hand. No, we are saying you should be entrepreneurial yourself, and that's why we teach them entrepreneurial skills, so that they should be able to think with their mind, use their hand, and move to where they could do something. I think that's the best answer that she gave. Of course, although in my country, the government has also realized that most of the education that we were getting, which I went through myself, was more like to train us to work in an office.
Yeah.
So now they have decided now to change the curriculum, starting with the primary schools, and then of course into the secondary schools, to try and teach pupils and students to be as practical as possible, so that when they finish school, they can start something. We are looking forward to a student being an employer, not being an employee, and that is the best way forward as a country, of course, in Zimbabwe.
So the situation in Ghana and Zimbabwe is the same case in Kenya. The same.
Yeah, let me chip in something here. When he made mention of the entrepreneurial training, which in Ghana we call the vocational training, where people are being trained as carpenters, as masons, electricians and all that. But again, it comes with the mentality. Somebody will just say that mimi nimemaliza chuo kikuu naenda kufanya carpentry.
I can't do that. I can't.
Siwezi.
Yeah.
Mbona huyu rafiki yangu amemaliza na hiyo color white color job, siwezi. So that is our mentality. Why don't you become the carpenter? Why don't you become the mason? Employ somebody to rather work for you. Okay, yes, and so that is the mentality. We feel that after we have graduated from the university or from the vocational institutions he's talking about, we need to sit in the high offices and then be collecting monies that are not even there. Yes, so the mentality, we need to change our mentality and then tell ourselves that, look, after school, I need to do some handiwork for myself. When I completed secondary school, I had to go and gather children to teach them. Okay, to make some money, so I could go to the university. I remember where I had to be employed as a waitress. You know, a waitress, to be working in the restaurant.
In the restaurant.
Yes, I had to work in the restaurant to make some money and go to the university. My parents didn't have money, but that didn't make me sit down and say that, look, there is no money, my parents didn't have money, and so I can't go to school. If the brains are there, why not?
Why not?
Yes, make good use of them. Yeah. Yes.
Dr. Dube, like in Zimbabwe, how is the education system? In Kenya, it's purely theoretical. This is, an education system that, that once you acquire it, then you should be employed. You should be employed. How is it is it well put in Zimbabwe, so that when you graduate, you can be able, to quit your own job?
I did say that the education system that I went through myself was the kind of education you are talking about. But all the same, I did not finish education, my secondary school, and sat down.
Yeah.
No. Soon after that, I actually had to start some kind of a business. I ran a business before I became a teacher at some point. And then from being a teacher, then I went to college. That's it. I would not sit. Even when I finished my university education, I would not sit. I always find something to do. And for that reason, I still can say that let us encourage students today to come from college or from university or from whatever level of education they are coming from, thinking that they can be employers themselves. They should be able to start something using the knowledge which they tapped from school. I should also say that in Zimbabwe, after all, people are being given land. You know the land story in Zimbabwe. And no matter how young you are, if you apply for land, you get it. And you can start your business from the land. By the way, there is a lot of money in the soil itself. So if you cannot create a job, a commercial kind of a job, but you can still be a farmer, So you can still be an employer.
There's still a lot of land in Zimbabwe that is, unused.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a lot of land that is unused. You can apply through the government and through proper channels, and you can get that land.
You buy or you given free?
Okay.
I lend to you.
I can't say that you buy. Land is not sold.
Yeah. Land is not sold in Zimbabwe.
We cannot say that land is sold.
Yeah.
No, you get a piece of land and work.
Yeah.
And then you get title deeds for that land.
Okay.
If you are producing.
Yes,
if I'm not
it is
producing,
leased.
they take away the land. They take the land away from you.
Sure.
Because we need someone who can produce things that we need to eat.
In Kenya, once you buy land, it's yours forever.
No, I'm saying we don't buy land.
No, lands are not usually bought. They are leased.
Yes.
They're leased.
But it's
That is
just
the
that
term.
they are leased for a
long time.
long time.
Yes.
That I mean, it by default becomes yours.
It
If
becomes
you live in
yours.
my country,
You
it's
are
99
buying-
years. You're
yeah,
given
99
years.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You don't buy land. You are given.
I think that is the
lease.
standard. It is
Yes.
99
Okay,
years.
that is the standard.
Yeah. So, but then by default, I mean, 99
becomes
years.
yours.
How many years are you
they
even?
can't take away from you.
Even staying on
You see,
earth.
but people
Yeah,
must not
so-
take advantage of say now this land is mine because I have a 99-year lease.
Yeah.
You have to work.
Yeah.
You have to work. 'Cause if you have 99-year lease and you are not working,
If you're not
where
producing
are you
anything-
staying? Why are you staying there?
They take it away.
Yes. Kindly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And give it to
Kindly.
other people. And give it
That's-
to other people who are disabled.
Oh, that's good. They
Yes.
take it kindly.
Of course.
Now let's wrap it. Let's wrap this interview. Now, when are you going? When are you flying back?
I'll stay for a week or two. after
Doing what?
graduation.
Doing what?
And then I go there. There are a lot of things that I had to I mean, just a few touch up here and there.
Yeah.
And then I leave. I also came with my cousin who escorted me for my graduation.
Yeah.
But ever since we came, I haven't had the time to take her
To take
out.
them around.
Yes. So I want to do that after graduation.
When are you
At
taking
least so she knows Kenya.
Where are you taking them? You
Okay, I
Eldoret,
have
Nairobi,
been to
Mombasa.
Elgeyo Marakwet. I've been to Bungoma, and then I've touched Malabar, and then entered Uganda and back.
Yeah.
And then I went through to Tanzania
Oh,
to
yeah.
collect my data. That's where I collected my data.
Yeah.
My sites were in Kenya and Tanzania, so I went there and came back. And then I went to Mombasa. Yes, when I was going, I passed through Mombasa and came back.
Yeah.
Yes, so. And then probably a few places that I haven't been. I mean, let me just take the opportunity.
You've
and
been to
then
Nairobi, of course.
Go around Nairobi. I come through from Nairobi.
Yeah.
So yes, Nairobi.
And Nairobi is a nice city.
It very nice. Yeah, with the high skyscrapers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nairobi is a very.
How do you
nice
compare it
city.
to Lagos? I mean, no, your country Accra.
Accra.
Yeah.
Okay. What I have realized, or what I have seen, I hope nobody comes to beat me here in your studio here. But what I have realized is that the high scrapers are just they are not widespread. Yes, because just from Nairobi, when I'm coming from Nairobi in a bus to Eldoret, I mean just a few kilometers away, and they all
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I haven't
getting-
said anything.
Oh, yeah,
yet.
it's
but,
okay.
Yes, but yes, the widespread kind of high scrapers
Yeah.
is centered at a particular place in Nairobi, and compared to Ghana where
It's spread.
it's spread, but they are not very much high scrapers like in Nairobi.
Like Nairobi.
Nairobi has huge buildings.
Yeah.
Yes.
And-
Very beautiful ones, to be frank with you.
And
yeah.
it's clean? That city is clean, Nairobi?
Oh yeah, Nairobi with where I have gone through,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I have heard campaigns that Nairobi is a slum, there are slums and it's dirty and all that. But
You've
I
gone to
feel that-
Kibera? Kibera.
I
You've heard of that?
don't push me there. I won't talk
Oh,
about
you know
Kibera.
Mudurwa?
I won't talk about there. I went to Muthaiga.
Yeah, Mudaiga.
Mudaiga, yes. I
Yeah.
have been, it's a very nice place.
Yeah, it's a
That's
very
where the
nice place.
ambassadors live.
Yeah,
Very nice.
very nice.
Almost like Europe, I think. Yeah.
Sure. Harare is the capital city of Zimbabwe.
Sure.
How is it doing?
A sunshine city.
Yeah.
Beautiful city.
Yeah.
Yes. We may have a few skyscrapers,
Yeah.
but the town is neat, wide roads in between, very well planned. And we don't allow people to build the shakis, we destroy.
Oh, you destroy.
Yes, but I don't stay there anyway. I stay in Bulawayo. We call it the city of kings and queens.
Wow. City of kings and queens.
Yes.
I'm still single. I can get a queen there.
Oh,
Oh, there are 4 queens in Zimbabwe.
you can come and get yours.
And you know, funny enough, There is a where I live in Ghana is called Taifa.
Yeah. Taifa,
And you know the
Swahili.
meaning of Taifa. Yeah. So when I started learning Kiswahili, I said, wow, I live in a nation. So it means that where I live in Ghana, which is a suburb of Accra, it's called Taifa. So I live in a nation in Ghana.
So you're a nation.
I
Sure, you're a nation.
Yes.
And
that suburb
and you're
is
a
called
mother.
Taifa.
And you're a mother.
Yes.
A mother of the nation.
Yes.
Of Taifa nation.
Of Taifa.
That's amazing. That's amazing. When are you flying? When are you flying back to Zimbabwe?
Tuesday.
Next week.
Yes.
Oh, you don't want to stay here anymore.
Hey,
Are you tired?
I'm busy at home.
You're busy.
Yes.
People need you there.
Yes.
Or you need to go. Is it people who need you there or you need to go?
Work.
Work.
A lot of work.
Sometimes you need to rest.
Huh?
Sometimes you need to rest.
But I'm resting here.
Oh no, you're not
I'm
resting. You
resting
should
here.
get a month
Resting
of
here and
resting.
talking to you.
A month of resting. You should get a month of resting. You know, go stay in Mombasa for a while.
But I'll come with my family and we have good time in Mombasa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bring them here.
Yeah, I'll bring them and many other places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Let's end the show
Yeah.
there.
Okay. So just a quick word of appreciation. Yeah. So on behalf of my colleague, we want to thank Moi University for giving us the admission. Okay, to come and study in Moi University, Kenya. My department has been the best department on campus.
Yeah.
In Moi,
Which is
the Department of
Are you
Kiswahili.
sure?
Oh yes, please let me finish with mine.
Yes.
It is the best department on campus where lecturers, supervisors see to it that you complete your studies on time. Yes, you're either whatever program you are doing, whatever level you are, you complete on time. That is why I can proudly say that I have completed my PhD in the stipulated. I'm supposed to graduate in December. But I graduated in June because I finished early. Yes, with the help of my supervisors, Dr. Robert Odrowi, and then Dr. Mark Kandago. Yes, best.
Professor Gichi taught you the DVC?
Yes, he taught us, and he was my internal examiner.
And he was good.
So you can
Sorry?
imagine on my defense, he gave me. He actually told me that yes, you are now a PhD holder.
They give you?
Yeah, no, I'm saying that he was my internal examiner.
Yeah.
So you can imagine on the defense day, he was there. Gave me all the questions I needed to answer.
Yeah.
Brought out all the questions as a PhD candidate I needed to answer.
Yeah.
So to get my PhD.
And
And
it was
I
good.
appreciate that him too. He was always there.
Okay.
Especially when he's in charge of student affairs. He saw to it that international students were taking care.
You're good.
cared of.
I've seen your places. You guys live well.
Yeah,
Stay
yeah.
well.
Yeah, we are living in
Your
heaven
houses
actually.
are neat. It's heaven.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Your parting words, parting shot.
Okay. Just this is my opinion.
Yeah.
I thought my department was
the best.
No, mine.
Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
I managed to complete my course in a record 3 good years. And I was supposed to graduate in December.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
I missed my graduation because of some various other reasons.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that my department is the best, and you cannot sleep without passing the assignment when they need it.
Yeah.
You cannot sleep without submitting the chapter when they need it.
Yeah.
And they are rigorous in terms of supervision.
Yeah.
And I liked everything. I know they seemed too tough to me, but I learned a lot in that process.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would say that I'm very grateful to them, Professor Odini and Professor Wamkoya. They have been the best supervisors I have met in this world. They have given me enough knowledge that I needed to gain from here.
Yeah.
And again, I'll say give my gratitude to the DVC. I can tell you that the DVC was the man I met earliest when I came here, when some things were not going wrong, because we're human, some things may not go proper.
Yeah.
But I was quick to knock at his office, and
He's ever there.
and
ever there.
he is ever there to listen.
Yeah.
So he directed me to the international office, and I solved the problem. I'm happy in my stay here, and I want to say again, thank you to Moi.
And of course, we've met the VC, the able VC.
Yeah.
Professor Hiro.
Yeah.
He's an able man. He's a good man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
By the way, we managed to meet Moi himself.
Yeah.
Moi himself?
Yes.
Yeah, the
Yes.
the
The
30th
president.
anniversary
Yes.
of
Yes, we managed to meet him
the university. You
and
remember?
had a talk.
2015, right?
Yes.
He came around.
Oh, yeah?
At the student center,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So we
I remember that. I
personally
remember
saw
that
him.
day. I remember
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Very able and energetic
Man.
Yeah, Moi is very.
He's still standing
in his
strong.
90s, right?
He's still standing strong, standing straight.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's eating some ugali and some steak. Thank you guys.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Yeah.
Dr. Sarah
Yeah.
and Dr. Dube from Uganda and from Zimbabwe. When you go back to your countries, much greetings.
Thank you.
Regards.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Okay.